Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins here. We got a special report for you. We're on location on the Mongolian Rim, close to the location where Travis Walton was abducted. We've got the special report of UFO videos and a statement from NORAD in regards to the UFO phenomenon and what they said, including Into Thin Air with a special report of something captured during a live news event. So let's start it right now. Take a look at this special report by Into Thin Air.
What you're looking at right now is a snapshot from the Sky Tracker weather camera out of Colchester, Vermont, a local ABC News affiliate. During a weather forecast around 5:30 in the morning, you can see it says 6:56. That is when they came back on to actually talk about this after viewers called in saying they saw a weird object during the weather forecast. Now, not only do we have a video of this thing actually moving, they also have a time-lapse video that captures this thing basically zigging and zagging across the sky. You are looking at that video right now. This is what they provided to the public. And as I'm sure you can guess, it was one thing to have people call in and mention this object, but once it hit social media, it completely blew up with people from all over the world posting pictures of similar objects, trying to confirm that this was in fact a UFO. Of course, all we have is this video and snapshot evidence. We can't really say yes or no to that, but it is a very interesting video. Now, within the newscast, which I'll provide the link to, they do talk about this being a possible UFO. They use those actual words and letters. You can also see that in the tweet they posted, they write, "We captured an unidentifiable object on our WX camera this morning. It wasn't a cloud, bug, or lens flare. So what was it? Watch the video and let's hear from you." That's what I'm asking you guys to do as well. As I said, the link will be provided, but they also do their normal joking around about aliens and abductions, but we're going to stay away from that. We're focusing on the fact that this is an unidentified object in the sky. This is certainly no type of cloud. I'm sure many people that have any sort of video and or significant time sky watching, we all know clouds do not move in this way. They do not look like this, especially in a clear blue sky where you can clearly see there's not a cloud to be seen whatsoever. Now, all I did with this video is I enhanced the threshold and some of the clarity to it, so there's no changes made to this video besides enhancing what's already there, and you can clearly see a disc-shaped object, almost in the shape of a flat football. I don't know what you would want to call this shape, but it is very, very recognizable. And in fact, when Twitter blew up over this, people were sharing many different images of things of the same shape from different sightings to go ahead and plead their case. Now, I gotta ask, what do you guys think about this video? This is very interesting. This was caught on an extremely high definition camera. Could this be some sort of cloaked object to blend into the sky and the equipment was able to pick it up? They say themselves this was not a lens flare, nor was it a bug or anything like that. So they are basically admitting that they have no clue what this thing is, and then of course they go into their jokes and they try to downplay it with the typical explanations that news stations would use. Now, the one thing that I'm enjoying about this is that they did post it. They posted the original footage for us to look at, and I just find it interesting that just yesterday and within the last 2 weeks pretty much, we've been talking about this non-stop. How this topic is blowing up all over the world, and I don't see any end in sight. I think this is going to be a very real thing going forward, and it's just a matter of how serious people take it and how far mainstream media is willing to go in showing us stuff like this that is captured. I am fairly certain this will make its rounds on the internet for some time to come, and if any other information comes out about this situation, if anyone from that area in Vermont comes out with any new information, I'll dig it up for you guys and I will find it and I will present it because I just love this stuff.
Absolutely, Into Thin Air. This is actually pretty cool stuff, and we're looking at it a little closer, and there's been speculation on the internet in regards to what this possibly could be. Known debunker, I guess you could call him, Mick West, put up a video on Twitter and stated that these objects, or this object possibly could be, or he's basically stating that they're just driplets on the lens. Look at this. So to be fair, when we look at Mick West's debunks, sometimes he gets it right, sometimes he gets it wrong. And in this case, it does look very similar to the video just presented by Into Thin Air, making its way across the internet. But we wanted to also share with you some possible ideas of what that craft could have been. And right now, Mick West is stating that this is what we're looking at, this kind of lens flare kind of anomaly when a webcam is looking at a weather storm and these drips hit the lens and create this kind of sphere-like saucer-shaped shape in the sky, multiple shapes in regards to this video. But again, let's bring up the first video that Into Thin Air brought to us, and we're looking at it and it doesn't really quite look exactly like what Mick West is presenting in his debunk theory. And again, look at this. This is snapshots as this craft moves from left to right here. Mick West's videos doesn't show any kind of motion in regards to the phenomenon. Look at this. These things aren't really moving. Very, very slight. Not that indicator what we just saw from the left to right action. And we wanted to present this. So guys, I want to get your opinion. Was it a water drop on the lens, or is it something otherworldly? That is the big question, and that's why we present these UFO videos to you. Now, NORAD, they've been making some statements today in regards to what they're capturing with their sensitive systems patrolling the skies. Let's listen to the special report by Doc Skinner.
Though the Pentagon has changed the name and scope of the new organization tasked with overseeing U.S. government's growing efforts to track unidentified aerial phenomenon, or known as UAPs, the head of North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD, who is actually the guy in charge of defending Americans' aerospace, says it has been business as usual when it comes to his command's mission. I have not changed or been asked to change any of my posture, taskings, or anything, unquote. Air Force General Glenn D. Van Herk, the dual-hated commander of both NORAD and the U.S. Northern Command, NORAD, told reporters Thursday during a roundtable discussion at the Aspen Security Forum. Washington Post reporter Shane Harris asked about whether there have been any changes in the terms of Homeland Protection as a result of more attention being paid to unidentified aerial phenomenon, as the Pentagon now refers to what was known as unidentified flying objects, or UFOs. Van Herk said no. The answer may seem disconnected considering the efforts to the Pentagon's claims are being made to take the issue seriously and to mitigate any potential risks to national security presented by UAPs. Then again, the Air Force has been notoriously unforthcoming when it comes to this controversial topic. Van Herk goes a step further, stating, "First of all, let's be clear. My job as the NORAD commander is to identify every single UAP, or whatever it is," Van Herk said. "What I would report to you is I have yet to find one that had aliens or was a spaceship that we've identified. If any of our NORAD fighters or any assets assigned to NORTHCOM came across some type of UAP, we would absolutely report that," he said. "I'm just telling you, we haven't seen that." Van Herk was questioned on the issue after the Pentagon this week changed the name of its organization tasked with tracking UAPs from the unwieldy Airborne Object Identification and Management Group to the more streamlined All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or the AARO.
So the basic breakdown of this story is, would you even believe or consider that NORAD would actually tell us that they captured UAPs on their sensitive equipment? Probably not. NASA, they're not telling us anything, nor would NORAD, in my opinion. But right now, we're on the Mongolian Trail. It's a rim that looks over this massive part of Arizona. Right now, there's a lightning storm behind us, but we're keeping an eye out for any kind of activity, paranormal activity, Bigfoot. It seems that if there were a place for this kind of action, it would be right here. Now let's get to the next UFO video right now submitted to Third Phase of Moon. Take a look at this. So the secret vault definitely captured something that's kind of amazing, and I really like his breakdown of the footage that he captured, and we're watching it once again. We're gonna leave our opinions here in just a moment, but according to the secret vault, he's actually doing more enhancements of this video as he stated, he's going to remove the noise. So, guys, what is going on? We're seeing it again come into frame here. Is this some kind of biological organism? It almost looks like thread, just kind of bundled up. But watching it again in reverse, I like, again, it does seem that it comes from a great distance and into frame next to the drone. It's not like in close proximity to the drone itself. This thing was by the tree line, as Secret Vault stated. Brent, what's your thoughts here? This one's got me stumped.
Yeah, this one's wild. I really appreciate the heads up on this, Secret Vault. And look what's happening here. I just looked at the time clock as it went in reverse. This only takes place in like 1 to 2 seconds. Whatever's coming from the trees is accelerating at tremendous speeds. Let's get another look at this thing. Here it comes. We see it in frame. And this takes place again within seconds. You can tell this just zooms by with propulsion that we're not familiar with. Look at the speed it picks up. This again is in slow motion. 2 seconds of framing right here, and it just whips by. What is this thing? It's wild.
Yeah, we got a still photograph of it right there. Obviously it's blurred out, but again, there is no explanation to what this is, and I'm glad that the Secret Vault was able to get this footage out to us. And again, we're going to be supplying the original link below. It's important that the public from around the world share the phenomenon, and that's what we're doing. We're in collaboration with tens of thousands of people across this planet giving us the information on a daily basis. And I really like the intensity of his passion in regards to trying to dissect this video. And right now he's stumped. He can't give us an explanation, and neither can we right here at Third Phase Moon. Guys, I want to get your thoughts. Obviously it has this threadish string-like characteristics to it. Could it be, again, biological in nature, some kind of life form that drifts at incredible amounts of speeds? Biological unknown, propulsion unknown. That's why we're putting out these videos. We even have more videos coming up in just a sec, but guys, I'm going over your comments right now in this live premiere. I want to get your thoughts. Brent.
Yeah, welcome everybody in the chat room. You guys are awesome there. Again, we need to see the fast motion. We pointed out in the beginning of the video where you see the speed of this thing. It really shows the acceleration, and that's what blows me away. This thing's coming from, it looks like 2 football fields, to say the least, maybe even 3, and it just catches up to the drone in basically seconds.
Absolutely. Here's the pause frame on the image itself. We're asking the big questions. What is it?
This may be one of my favorite UFOs of all time. It is very interesting. Now, before you start saying hoax or CGI, I'm going to show you something that would be nearly impossible to do if you were to make something fake. Because this object that we're looking at here that was captured by a drone doesn't act normal from every other UFO we've seen, right? It looks like a shoe with the string on it. Some people think this is a spider hanging from a spider web catching the wind. It would have to be going about 60 miles an hour. I think somebody said that's how fast this object went by the drone. I'm going to show you something, because in this video, you can see something in the trees that's moving along in the direction of where this object appears. 2 different places, actually. This is bizarre, and I can't explain what I'm going to show you. But let me tell you something. This could be history in a way that I've never expected. Look at this. It is bizarre. He enhanced it a little bit. The guy did a really good job. But I'm going to show you some things here that are really a little more interesting. Look at that. I don't know what that could be. But he has more. There is more. We'll do a part 2 on this as well. But I'm going to show you some things here now. So hang tight. Check this out. Watch. So in this area, you can see behind the building here, there's like brown brush. And then, I don't know if it's tall trees or whatever, but watch. Here we go. There's the object right there. Before it even is seen, look at it go through the trees. Watch this. And I blew it up a little bit and slowed it down so you could see it. See it go through the trees? It's like even meandering. It's weird, but watch what's going to happen here in a second. I zoom in a little more for you here. See it at the top? Watch. See how it's moving back and forth? Almost like, I don't know, like it's dodging stuff. But it pops out right there. Watch this, watch. Then it moves over there. I don't get it. It appears to disappear and reappear. Watch at the top here. Watch. Now you can see it. Now you're going to see it. I paused it so you get to watch. Watch. Now it's going through there. I know I didn't zoom this part in. But you can see it. It is just bizarre. Why it disappears. It's right behind that barn area. But watch this. This is the other side. Right there. Something popped up out of nowhere. Running through the trees. And you can see it running through. Now it's going to come up and out. Because the way it was edited, I went with what was in front of me. I tried to find a version of something that looked like this, and I remember the rubber duck video. I couldn't find a good version to show you. Everything looks like a blob now. So I tried to think, well, maybe it's like the rubber duck, but interesting. Here we have an object that popped up on that satellite that looks at the sun and different versions of it. And this thing popped up, and it looks like a winged creature. You could see, I'm telling you, if this is a biological entity near the sun, it is enormous. Enormous. That looks like a bird. You could even see a beak, eyes. I know it's probably pareidolia, but it's got a body to it. You can see the dark version right there. 2 wings, one out there. You see that? I mean, it's bizarre. And the wings look like they're probably the same size. Could this be a craft? Maybe the sun is like a portal. People have said that for ages. I'm not one really to buy into that, but hey, I don't know. Why do they go around volcanoes? Why do we have USOs? Why are they seen on the moon? So is it that far-fetched that the sun could be some sort of portal? Maybe that's the key to traveling. Who knows?
So guys, I want to get your opinions. What was captured in that video? There's something going on that seems that there's a buildup to this phenomenon, and we're on top of it right here at Third Phase of Moon. So if you've captured anything amazing out there, submit it to us right here. My email is in the description. Keep your eyes on the skies, everybody. Blake Cousins. We'll see ya next time.